This is the day that the mighty Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Thank you for coming back to the blog and walking with us in the Psalms. We are in that second book of the Psalter, just getting on our way, five Psalms into it. We find ourselves in Psalm 46 today, a beloved psalm in the fact that within Lutheran theology, Martin Luther really used this psalm to pen his famous hymn, "A Mighty Fortress is Our God." But it also speaks, Psalm 46:10, to so many people in our everyday lives, where it says, "Be still and know that I am God." Hard to be still in our crazy, chaotic world, but God implores us, He asks us, He commands us to be still and know who He is, that He is our mighty fortress. He is somebody that we can take refuge in. So this psalm is really compiles in and amongst itself many of the other psalms that we've already visited, and psalms that we're going to be visiting shortly in this next couple days. So Psalm 46, go ahead and open up your Bibles with me so we can read that together and just see the strength and see the presence and see the refuge of our God and what He is doing in our lives daily. So Psalm 46. God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Therefore we will not fear, though the earth give way and the mountains fall into the heart of the sea, though its waters roar and foam, and the mountains quake with their surging. There's a river whose streams make glad the city of God, the holy place where the Most High dwells. God is within her. She will not fall. God will help her at break of day. Nations are in uproar, kingdoms fall. He lifts His voice, the earth melts. The Lord Almighty is with us. The God of Jacob is our fortress. Come and see the works of the Lord, the desolations He has brought on the earth. He makes wars cease to the ends of the earth. He breaks the bow and shatters the spear. He burns the shields with fire. Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. The Lord Almighty is with us. The God of Jacob is our fortress. This is the word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. And we say thanks be to God because He is our refuge and strength. Whether it be in trouble, whether it be in joy, God is our refuge and strength. He makes things possible in our lives to come, to be able to witness, to be able to sustain life. And He is always a present help in trouble. And He uses His church as that agent to be able to be that present help in trouble. One of the most amazing things, a lot of people will say, well, where is that city of God, as we see in verse 4 here? There's a river coming from it, and people want to see that city of God as it's portrayed in biblical theology, but also in our day-to-day lives today as Jerusalem. And it's named Jerusalem because that's where God said, in and amongst the temple, His presence would be. And it is a geographical spot that we still know of, a Jerusalem over in Israel. And it was Jerusalem back in this culture that He showed His presence, where He would come down upon the temple, and that would be the city of God, where His presence would be seen and felt and frankly worshipped. But as we have ventured on, as Jerusalem came to its demise in 587 and also 70 AD, it also speaks to us in Revelation 21 and throughout biblical theology once again that the temple of the Lord is where His presence is. And Jesus was pretty demonstrative in His statement that the temple would be destroyed, but He would raise it in 3 days, talking about His body and how He is present in and amongst every one of us. He is present in help, in trouble, and in every circumstance in our life because God is in us. God is with us. And the city of God is really talking about the people of God. So as you read that, it says, there's a river whose streams make glad the city of God in verse 4 there. Well, there's not really a river in Jerusalem geographically, but it is a metaphorical or figurative kind of language of, here's the mountain of God, His presence, all right, and it's the people of God. And the river in that culture really signified life. So life is coming from the presence of God. So life is sustained and given and is present in and amongst the people of God. And we know that that river, that water, is Jesus Christ. That people of God are centered around the presence of Jesus Christ, His Spirit involved in and amongst their life. And so we walk not in fear, but that we have a fortress, that we have a solid city, a city that will not totter. Christ is a firm foundation. He is not going to fail or fall. He is going to stand firm in and amongst the things that life throws at us, whether it be the waves, the sea of chaos, whether it be the nations, the government, whatever that throws at us. Our Jesus Christ, the firm foundation, the presence of His fortified city, His people, will not fear, but rather they will trust in the provision, they will trust in the stability, and they will trust in the refuge and strength of Jesus Christ. For He is our anchor in life. And we can, as this psalm says, we can be still in and amongst the chaos, in and amongst the nations grumbling, in the nations attacking, in and amongst the evil one attacking. And to take one of the verses from Martin Luther in his hymn, we know that one word will fail, will fall, the evil one. And that one word is Jesus, Christ, the Messiah. So we can be still and know that God is our refuge and strength. I pray that you take that into this day, that Jesus is for you. He's not against you. And He will never forsake you. But rather, He will be your fortress and your strength as long as you live. What a city of God that we are in. And thanks be to God that He is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. God bless your day.